Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about tone or mood, how to create that right tone or mood in your edit. Now, every part of the editing process can affect this, okay? So your music plays a huge role in the tone or the mood of your piece. Color grading can play a role in that. Pacing, how fast you're cutting or how slow you're cutting can play into that. Transitions, if you're adding transitions into your edits, are they fast, are they slow, are they just crossfades or jump cuts, or are they some like crazy transitions? That will affect the tone or mood of your piece. Typography, graphic design, all of these things come together. Every part of the editing process comes together to develop the style, the tone, the mood of the piece that you're editing together. So for example, an edit that's more serious, for a more serious type of commercial, you probably want to use smaller text. You probably want to use more neutral colors, slower edits, a little bit slower pacing, less transitions, that kind of thing. With something that's supposed to seem loud or big or energetic, you probably want to use big text and bright colors, faster edits, transitions. All of these things, like I said, come together, and how you use them can affect what the overall feel is, the overall tone or mood of the piece ends up being. So I've got a quick demo here that I want to show you in Premiere Pro. And what I've done is I've put together a few different edits for you, kind of threw these together really quick to kind of show what I'm talking about. So let's play this first one. This first one is going to be an example of a slower, more serious edit. So let me play through this real quick, and then we'll kind of analyze it. Okay, so you'll notice a few things right off the bat. First of all, the music, right? We've got this really nice, soft music with the piano going on. That's kind of contributing to this like slower, happier, homier sound to the edit. But more than just the music, and the way we have, the music kind of fades out slowly. We have all that kind of stuff going on. But not just the music, but then the edits are also really slow. We've got a nice, slow pacing to the edits. Okay, we're not cutting through things too fast. We're not doing any type of like crazy transitions or anything. They're just jump cuts. We're kind of moving from one clip to the next throughout the edit, telling this story. As far as typography goes and the logo, you notice that the logo just kind of subtly fades in. The logo is small on the screen. Okay, we don't have a big logo. The logo's small. It's over an image from the scene. All of these things are contributing to this nice, subtle, soft, serious feel. Okay, something that's just a little bit nicer, not too energetic, not too crazy. Now, let's contrast that with the next one where we're doing something totally different, and we'll go ahead and play through that. Okay, completely different, right? Now we've got the complete opposite tone happening with this piece. So if we analyze this and see how it's different from the first piece, well, first of all, right off the bat, we've got mirror effects happening on the image. We've got clips that are cutting very fast. We've got a mixture of fast and slow motion happening here. The music is loud and exciting. We've got transitions happening here. So for example, there's like a little flash transition right there. Or further on here, there's a little like chaos transition like that. Okay, so we've got all these transitions happening. We've got breaks in the video right here where we've got just black spaces. And then when the logo comes in, it comes in on this boom. It's big on a black background, really stark contrast. It pops up, hits you in the face, that kind of thing. And you get a totally different vibe. So you can see how all the elements of the edit kind of come together to create that mood, to create that tone in your piece. Now, I did something here that I thought would be really interesting. What I decided to do is with these two edits, I decided to swap them. Okay, so you can see how all of these elements affect the edit. So on this next one here, we're actually taking the footage from this little commercial piece here, and I'm going to be using some of the same effects and elements that I used in this one and the same music on it, so you can see what that looks like. Here you go. Okay, totally different, right? And a totally different vibe. And see how you can take the same footage that we shot, like I didn't touch anything with the footage, and create a completely different mood just with the editing. So in this edit, notice that we've got all the same footage of the couple here, enjoying a glass of wine, doing whatever. But then we've added in, obviously, the louder, more energetic music, creating a totally different mood and tone. We've got some sound design effects in there. We threw in some edits, some quick editing here at the beginning, kind of following the beat of the music. Little chaos transition in there as well. We've got some sped up and reversed effects happening here. Just little things that I kind of threw in there. And then again, big logo on a black background. Boom, exciting, right? And kind of in your face. Totally different. Now we're going to go the other direction. Now we're going to go with the drumming footage. But in this case, we've put it to the softer music and done a little bit different editing here. So let me show you that. Crazy, right? Completely different vibe, completely different style. Now, I think it's important to note that none of these edits here, we've got 4 here, none of them is wrong. None of them is bad. I think all of them are actually very good and could work in a specific scenario. All we're looking at is a completely different tone, right? So for example, in this drumming one, this actually is, with the slow motion happening in there and with the drumming, the juxtaposition of the fast drumming with the slow music is actually, to me, really intriguing. There's a lot of interesting things happening there, and this could pass as a legitimate commercial for Zildjian, for example. It's just a completely different style. So there's kind of an idea of what you can do to change the tone or mood of your piece. All of the elements of editing, your pacing, your transitions, your typography, the music, obviously, that's a big one. All of those elements, the color grading, all of those elements come together to create a tone or a mood in your piece. So be paying attention to that while you're editing. Is the piece that you're editing supposed to be serious and soft? Then maybe you'll use smaller text, use slower edits, less transitions. Is it supposed to be fast and energetic and exciting? Maybe you're going to use faster cuts, use more transitions, use bigger text, make it more bright, more colorful, more exciting. So be thinking about that in your edit. So there's a quick primer on using tone or mood. Depending on the type of piece that you're shooting, you want to be paying attention to this and how you're using the elements of editing, sound design, color grading, etc. to create that mood or tone in your piece to get the edit the way that